So then we need a motion to approve resolution 2022-09 pending the execution of the lease and with the addition of the not to exceed.
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion that we, what do we do, is approving, adopt resolution number 2022-09, subject to or conditioned upon the total cost not to exceed $370,000 and a fully executed lease, which obviously defines as both parties signing of, what do we call it? Just, that's it, just lease, we don't reference anybody as a party. Okay. It is the lease related to this project.
The motion, we have a second?
I'll second.
Motion and second, any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Aye.
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 Mr. Chairman, can I ask a question, please?
Absolutely.
Regarding Crossroads contract, okay, or is that resolution part? That resolution is not part of that contract. So if we want to, once we know that there's a lease executed, then I would suggest we should go ahead, approve the Crossroads engineering contract, and you can even make that work. I can sign it, so we can take it on.
Which contract is that?
Their design contract for the, their design
I
contract.
thought we already did.
I thought we did that
Authority to
last.
do that. Seems like we did.
I'm pretty sure we did.
I think you have authority to execute that once this gets
Yeah.
signed.
I thought we did one for you and one for Kevin.
It would be in the minutes.
Yeah, I was looking back through and stuff.
I thought that was for the plaza. I think what you previously approved was the plaza. Design, which they are working on.
It was just discussed.
I think the plaza contract is the only thing that you folks have approved. The Crossroads. Does that sound right to you? Yeah, I'm sure that's what it is.
Okay. So,
We can do it again.
yeah, not for anything, that's included in 370 there, right?
It's part of the 370. It's actually $48,000 roughly.
You wanna make a motion? Authorize Dan to.
Yeah, I'll make a motion for Dan to sign the Crossroad Engineering design contract. Not three lease. Fully executed lease. Duly executed lease.
Motion, we have a second. Motion and a second, discussion. Roll call vote.
Aye.
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 All right, Dan, now you can sign.
Once we get a lease.
When we-
Once we get a lease.
Duly executed.
Thank you.
All right, next order of business is the 2023 meeting dates. We want to, let's move that to the agenda. We'll talk about that last. Sure. And then additional item, we have some requests for proposal that have been submitted regarding 135, 144 corridor. We are in a position to authorize or appoint, select, I guess is the right word, select a developer to partner with for that. Do we have a motion to select a developer from the three?
I would identify your motion as the preferred developer.
Preferred developer.
So I would identify it.
We make a motion to approve moving forward with Barrett Stokely as the developer.
The preferred developer. We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and second, any discussion? Roll call vote.
Aye.
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 All right. And then we already, we need to discuss appointing a couple of folks to be kind of the point people on that project moving forward for all the various meetings that are going to take place. We have volunteers for that.
I got a question. If we're going to all do the initial, we're gonna have possibly set a special meeting where we're all here together on the initial presentation. where Dan and Derek, so if they present, could we at that time, ask for the two people who would, sure, that be, that's good. Would that be able to do? Fine, okay.
All right, we'll table that then.
You want to schedule, Mr. Chairman, do you want to schedule that at your next regularly?
I think that's the easiest thing to do unless we want a special session before then. Do we want to wait a month? I don't know that it's that time
I was gonna say it's 2 weeks, so I would have to defer to somebody saying, hey, 2 weeks is critical versus if we want to try to meet before Thanksgiving or.
Thanksgiving coming up and everything, I don't think
Just-
it's critical.
Okay, then yes, let's get them.
So we'll put that on the agenda for the next meeting, December, prepare stuff for presentation.
Yep. With them, and they'll be present, obviously.
We'll have them here to make a formal presentation, yes.
Okay, next agenda item is to approve the minutes from the October 13 meeting, which you have at the end of your packet. We have a motion.
I would like to identify one correction to that in the minutes. It's actually, has a, what does it say? It says it identifies as agenda, it should be minutes.
I corrected it and updated the packets before the meeting
Okay,
started.
thank you.
So no correction then?
No,
Okay. Do we have a motion to approve the October 13th minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve the October 13th minutes.
Motion, we have a second.
Second.
Discussion, hearing none, roll call, please.
Aye.
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 All right, and then under resolutions, we've already approved 22-09 as updated. And so the next order of business is resolution 2210, 15 North Baldwin facade grant. Mr. Seekos.
Good morning. So this is a request from the owner of 15 North Baldwin Street, better known as the Baldwin Police Station. They are requesting $35,000 for facade rehabilitation. Basically take out the brick on the first story and replace that with a window wall. We do have the owner representative. On the staff report, I did include the city guidance from your grant guidance document you adopted a few months ago, just for your reference. I'd be happy to answer any questions, and I'm sure the owner would.
Well, do we have information to fill in 1 through 6 on the guidance?
I did include, they did include a summary on page 18 of the packet. As well as some technical documentation.
Where?
Be page 18, it's the Horizon Property Group. Letterhead.
Oh, okay.
Is there a current tenant? I mean, do they have a lease signed for it? I mean, or is it
Not
just,
yet.
We do not.
so there's no, I mean, you just have ideas of,
We've had a dentist look at it, and she's very interested. Her main concern was lighting, and part of this will open up the front and improve the lighting. She's very interested. The things with dentist offices, they're very expensive to build out, so it'll probably be anywhere from 150 to 250,000 to build it out. But we're willing to do that if she'll sign a lease. She's going to come back and look at it once the facade is done. She wants to be able to have a lot of lighting through there. And I assume that's very important for a dentist's office.
is that the only interest in it?
No, we've had several, but she's the one we're leaning to because that would be the best for the property and bring the highest dollar per square foot.
looking at this type of facade grant request on an individual basis? Or do we take an approach like what Greenwood did, where they actually have a full program? I know we have a much, maybe ours is a smaller area. I happen to participate that as an owner over there, but is this something from a commission standpoint, we want to say, okay, do we use this first request to kick off that type of program? And do we set some criteria and guidelines based on, okay, we want some consistency of look, we want, from a signage standpoint, there were some requirements if you participated in the type of signage that we want to go down through there as a corridor, and just a number of different things as far as, hey, if we're going to be footing some of these bills, do we want a consistent look down there? We got the wine bar coming, we got, obviously T&L already, we're such a small strip, does it matter, we just do it case by case, because that's just a question I have.
Was that a federal or state grant program?
I don't know.
I know Greenwood got grant money from somewhere. I don't remember if it's from the
Community role. An initial facade, and then they have a secondary where they would do a 50-50 on exterior.
Right.
So Adam, what did you say?
The initial facade grant was through OKRA. It was an Office of Community Rural Affairs downtown facade grant. And then subsequently, with the success of that program, the Redevelopment Commission created a GROW program that was purely locally funded. And that was the 50 match.
So I was involved in both.
And where's the okra come from?
State.
That's a state, and is it a pretty easy, what is like this stuff?
And this is the historical,
Anything with Okra is
the
traditionally
historical.
complicated.
Okay,
It is income-based,
okay.
so it does require a low mod income substantiation.
Well, I mean, I guess my opinion is, given this is the first we've kind of seen of this, that probably need to do a little bit of diligence and
Did we
understand what
we didn't do anything in conjunction with Captain's request as far as the wine bar? Am I getting that mixed up with the planning
we
commission?
did.
There was no facade.
They didn't ask for any comments, even though they gave
Oh,
us the facade.
Yeah, there was some facade work. Yeah, you're right, specific to that.
I mean, I think the town has an interest in as a redevelopment,
Yeah, exactly,
making
yeah,
it look
100%.
nice. But yeah, I'd like to have more information on what funding sources are available. I mean, if it's an outright grant, that's fine, but if there are other options or matching funds available, maybe the planning department look into that.
Somebody investigating the report back.
Yeah, and Pat, not to put you off, but we'd like to maybe look into that a little bit. And
Okay.
maybe next meeting, have a chance to mull this over a little bit.
Sure.
I'll dig into Greenwood and Franklin programs too, and see what we can come up
And
with.
can you give us some kind of an idea on, okay, if we were gonna take that approach, something with maybe what we would be talking about from an estimate? I know it'd be really general as far as, okay, if we're talking $35,000 at 15 North Baldwin, well, what might it be as far as if we want to think and put it, in our mind, what the rest, what the potential cost might be? I know that moves based on things, but get some idea.
Yeah, and I guess I have one other question, Mark. You sparked something of, just again, consistency in the facade. Are there any other elevations available for this?
That's a good question.
Like at least a rendering of what it would look like, kind of fit in?
We didn't receive a rendering.
Okay.
I actually took the initiative to try to do something, but Google Streets doesn't go down Baldwin Street.
Can't see the
The
car.
only thing we received was just restored.
Right, but is there something that kind of shows this against either that building or maybe the strip itself?
So
Not available.
I think if we got to the point where we were gonna look at more program, we would have those
Thanks, Jim.
Was there anything else to add on that matter? we'll, Stephanie, would you add that back to the agenda for next month? Consider
I guess from a sensitivity standpoint, from a timing standpoint, that being here, even jobs, I mean, if it's something that's mission critical and has to get done like, or,
I wouldn't call it critical because I don't have a signed lease. Once I have a signed lease, it becomes a little more critical. She does want to see what it looks like.
okay,
So rendering is probably something we should probably get for her.
Yeah, that would be helpful for us.
Yeah.
Just to,
So you folks will be creating a rendering.
I think I can get that done.
Okay.
we're all favorable to that.
Yeah.
all right, fantastic. So we will table resolution 2210. Next item is the budget review and expense approval. So we had legal and Wallace Construction. Is that it?
Wallace was the parking lot, and then we got that parking lot striped now, and it looks really nice. And it's been used.
Just parked in the house.
If you notice, the entrance into that parking lot is actually at the south end. Comes in. Once the plaza project is underway, then there will be some modifications to that parking lot on the north end in order to get access out. But right now, we put the maximum amount of parking spaces in there. So we might lose a couple parking spots once the plaza project is, in order to get out of that area.
All right, do we have a motion to approve the legal expense in Wallace Construction? Second,
I'll second.
motion and a second, any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Aye.
Great, any other agenda items?
Mr. Chairman, I think you skipped over, we got established what our 2023 meeting date is.
Thank you.
My recommendation is to continue to have it on the second Thursday of the month. Right now, they're at 7:30. Would it be better to move that to 8 o'clock?
I like 7:30.
Whatever.
I can do either.
Just from my perspective.
So I think the commission needs to identify and approve the meeting dates for 2023.
We know what those are. We keep it on the.
What do you say? Yeah, we just said the second
Second Thursday.
Thursday, 7:30.
Let's hear a motion.
Make a motion to continue the meeting the second Thursday of every month, 7:30 a.m.
Second.
Roll call.
Aye.
Aye.
And Stephanie, could you email those, when you actually figure out what those calendar dates are, could you email that around to the group? All right, next meeting will be Thursday, December 8th at 7:30 here. If there is no other business, we are adjourned.